What's up, creative? Today's video is about an amazing plugin from Final Cut Pro. I just created something with it. I'm going to share it with you right now, and then we'll get right into the program and all it can do to elevate your filmmaking needs. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that short video I just did using CinePunch for Final Cut Pro X. And right here, when you download it, you have these different icons, and this is going to be your main one that you want to get into your Final Cut program, which they have instructions and videos to do that, so I'm not going to go over that. But the main thing is your effects and your generators and your transitions will all show up in Final Cut Pro. Now the cool thing is you have tutorials right here. You have a LUT master that has 700 LUTs, which is amazing. You also have a CinePunch vid add-on. When you go into these big packs, when you want to download something, look at all these amazing things to choose from, like CineDust, for example. You can click in here, and when you click on the 4K version and you want to download it, you can click on the main server. If for some crazy reason it's busy, you have backup servers here to download, but this will download the whole pack, and that may be desirable for some people, but others want to just download as they go, ones that they really like, and not do the whole pack. You have sound design, which I used in this video, which I will point out to you once we get into Final Cut Pro. They've got light drops. There has a filmmaker suite to add grain and special effects. But let's get into Final Cut so we can look over my timeline. Okay, so we're in Final Cut. As you can see on the right hand side, I've opened up my transition, and the transition punch number 5 is what comes in the pack. And you can see you have a lot of blur backs, camera smashes, chops, exposure blurs, swipes, etc. Tons of stuff, glitch transitions, and so forth and so on. That's one of the things that are in the pack. You can switch over to effects, and we have the disruption, the VXX panels, and when you click on these, you get a preview of what you're gonna get, so you don't even have to drag and drop it just yet, and that's pretty cool. And then the filmmaker VFX, you got the grain, you got the film burns, and then also your LUT masters here, which has the previews of what they're going to look like. And like, once again, if you click on a clip and you go over it, it will show you what the look is going to be like before you even add it or drag and drop it, and that is amazing. And let's go over my timeline of what I used from the pack. Now I'm not going to necessarily go over and reference into the sidebar to try to find it, because I want to get right to the point, guys, so you can go ahead and start using this program right away. After this video is over, check in the description box and I will have the links to where you can get this, and it will bring up how much it is and all the details, etc. So when I started off this timeline of this film that I created, I have a projector sound effect that I got from the sound pack, and then there's another one I got here from the Super 35 from the sound pack. As you can see, everything is nice and layered, and that actually will increase your production value using one of these packs. If you layer your effects and your sound effects and whatnot, your color grading and everything comes together to tell your story. The first transition I used was a perspective transition. As you can see, when it boom goes from the light to the other light, and it has that twist of the film. Okay, as you can see in this clip, there was some fog in this footage, so I wanted to continue that theme of the fog in the same area for this next shot. So I actually downloaded one of the fog overlays, and when you do that, you have to go to your opacity, but it will be in the video tutorials. You go and you switch from normal to overlay or screen, and that will allow it to be transparent. And as you can see, I'm going to let this clip play through. See this fog that I added from the pack? On this one, I didn't do anything crazy. I just added some beach, ocean waves, atmosphere from the pack. And then of course for this, I added from the pack the voice distortions, which gives it more of an eerie feel to it because she is trying to play the Joker. I've got my sound design layered in there. For this shot, when I transition over, I went into one of the packs for the light textures and I used a light texture wipe. Same thing with this, guys. You want to make sure that you go to your effects and you change your blend mode to screen or overlay like so. And then I actually did that. I put it on screen and I lowered the effect. You can play with this effect on how bright or low you want. And I had it around 80-85%. When I transition over, it lets this texture white light come right into here in the corner, which comes over into the next shot. Alright guys, for this next transition I used, it was like a zoom in, pan right, and then zoom out effect. So I layered it with 3 whooshes from the sound pack, and I will let you see what that transition does. If you remember from watching at the beginning, it zooms in to the right to the next clip, and then it zooms out to let it breathe and let you see what's going on in the clip. I used a little, kind of like a little flash transition to go into this because of the lighting is very different. There's a lot going on in this clip. We've got the steam, so I added the sound effects of the steam, and I used a 4K Cook anamorphic cream in here. As you can see right here, this flare coming, you know, it's supposed to be directed from this light or lighting, and that I added to give it some, you know, some character in the shot. All right, and on this one I used the LUT Master Blockbuster #1 LUT Master, which gave it a really nice cinematic feel to the footage with complementary colors. I put the film damage control board light onto this footage, which gives it that all the scratches and kind of vintage look. I thought it was appropriate for doing this, so that's what I added. This shot, nice color grade from the LUT pack. Another LUT Master was the Epic Red Color Red Gamma. What it did is it just improved the color grading of this shot, coming up with a really cool transition effect, and that goes right into your VHS VX Builder effect, which gave it this cool effect. All right, I brought that film effect right over into this shot with the film damage control. So this is more of a damage disruption type effect, old cinematic retro style feel to it. This was just a normal shot. Alright guys, to top it off, I added a subtle atmospheric particles effect #3, which gave these dust particles in the scene because it's as she had a dream of all this stuff, wakes up, and you know, typically rooms have dust in it like this, you just don't see it, but when you backlight dust, it does show up particles, anything like that, or rain. So guys, you got to go down to the description right now. I've got 2 links in the description to bring you to these amazing plugins. So for more content, guys, like this, hit that subscribe button below, hit that notification bell, and click all, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.